Hey, Browns fans, time now for another victory edition of X's and Joe's, brought to you by Keep It Fun Ohio. Nathan Zegura joined by multiple-time Pro Bowl cornerback Joe Haden as we take a look inside the film room at some of the things that led to the Browns' 31-27 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Joe, we had a guy who maybe was a nemesis for you one day, Joe Flacco leading this football team, and then a guy wearing number 23 carrying on your legacy, MJ Emerson, getting a couple of picks in this one.
It was great football. I was just really excited to see Joe Flacco out there making good plays for the Browns on this side. It was at first it was a little uncomfortable, but now he's one of us. You know what it is. So and
that's
then
right.
Boy Emerson out there continuing to make plays, just always, all the time. Great key plays of not making pass interferences, throwing his hand in, breaking up passes, and just continuing to make interceptions.
All right, let's take a look at one of MJ's interceptions. This one came early in the second quarter. The Browns ahead 14-0 at this time against the Jags. Obviously, it was a much more dramatic game than that. But, Joe, walk us through this here. Browns in a cover three. The Jags try to run a kind of a two-man route. They're going to have a deep over coming, and they're going to try to run a little corner post, create that space in the middle of the field. And for Lawrence, he's going to read the safety, Ronnie Hickman.
He's reading Ronnie Hickman on that. That's going to be that's basically his read. When he sees Ronnie Hickman step up to take that over out, he believes that he has the middle of the field wide open. He's going to take that shot on that cover three safety and give his receiver Zay Jones an opportunity. I just love the fact Emerson doesn't lose sight of the ball. This whole time in cover three, you never want to get nervous. You never want to feel like the receiver is stressing you out to get deep. So he continues to stay on top, read the ball, and he's able to play Lawrence, and he turns it to the receiver. Instantly, he sees the overthrown ball. He's able to adjust before Zay Jones. So you can tell he's looking at the quarterback, trying to figure out where the ball's coming, and now he's doing combine drills. This is what you do at the combine when that ball just throws it deep, seeing how you can track the ball and make a play on it. Can you catch it? And he catches the ball, makes a huge play for the Browns, man. It's so exciting to see.
He did, really staying on top of that route well, and you see it from this back end. So from the quarterback standpoint, he's watching the safety in the middle of the field, Ronnie Hickman. When he sees Hickman come down and take that deep over from Calvin Ridley, he says, I got that middle of the field. But this angle actually shows not only did MJ do a great job of staying on top of that route, Greg Newsome on the other side, Joe, realized there are no threats in my zone. I'm going to keep carrying deep as well and make my way more towards the middle of the field. And so the Browns actually had that one kind of doubled up ultimately at the end.
Oh, yeah. Great eyes by Newsome also, because when you just don't want him out there in cover three, we call it covering grass. When you start going over, you see the over out, you see the safety cut that. Let's make a play. His eyes are going over to say, you see a big post. Now you're trying to go over there. And also, if the ball is thrown on point to where Zay Jones can get it, that's an opportunity for Newsome's in perfect position to go high point that ball also. So great plays by the secondary, working in cahoots.
I said it on the broadcast. A star is born, and MJ Emerson, quite frankly, has been a star all season, but hopefully this kind of a two-interception game, that gets people talking. Joe, he is number 2 in the NFL in quarterback rating allowed in coverage, number 2 in the NFL in completion percentage allowed in coverage. MJ Emerson, I think, needs to punch his ticket to his first Pro Bowl this season. What have you seen from him?
I've seen exactly what you're saying. I mean, especially just zone and man. He's a press corner. He's doing a great job in that. And then you've seen him right here and off, reading his zone, being able to being able to make plays on the ball, being able to not only just make pass pickups, but change the game. Interceptions are huge. He had 2 in this game to change the game, and he's been covering guys up. So I think he's making his name, putting his name in the hat, 1,000%.
All right, it's X's and Joe's, and today we've got 2 of them. Joe Haden breaking it down, Joe Flacco on the field. This is the fourth quarter, 12:42 to go. The Browns up 21-14. Kevin Stefanski faces a 4th and 3. He decides to go for it. Now, in this play, earlier in this game, I should say, Joe Flacco, they brought a cover 0 blitz. They got a free runner on him. They sacked him, fumble, recovered it, and that's how they were able to get to 14 on the scoreboard. Got a touchdown off a short field. Now Joe Flacco sees this cover 0 blitz coming again, and he knows, Joe, to his left, he does not have enough guys to pick this up. There is going to be a free runner. And so Joe Flacco does such a great job moving to the right immediately, running away from that free runner, buying time so he's able to find David Bell amidst all the confusion out of that bunch formation for a huge 41 yard touchdown. So take us through the mind of the DBs. When you see that bunch, it's cover 0. That means no deep safeties. It's going to be 4 guys in coverage for 4 guys, 7 going after Joe Flacco.
Yeah, the thing is, when you got to have communication. You got to communicate. You got to know who's your man. You got to have your eyes on your keys. Right here, we have a bunch, and when you come into a bunch in the 0, you got to know it's going to happen fast. It's going to disperse, and you got to have good eyes. Here, both guys just took Elijah Moore on the under route and don't have good eyes. Where 18 Bell, he could have, if he ran straight down the field, and he could have hit his head on the goalpost, and nobody would have touched him. But it's just really good here of us, Flacco, being able to extend the play, being able to not have that rusher that was going to come at him immediately, and have given a little bit of time to see, let the confusion break out from them, drop the ball to Bell, and him just take it to the house.
And how about the poise from Joe Flacco? I'm just going to guess on this, and I'll ask Kevin Stefanski later this week, but you've got Amari Cooper one-on-one with a tight split, and he's running it out. So that's probably a quick look, but Flacco says the pressure is too overwhelming from that side, so he starts rolling right. Then you've got Chief working an out to the right side. You've got Moore on the drag that you're hoping to get that free release. David Bell probably wasn't the first, second, or maybe even third read on this play, but Joe Flacco saw 2 guys go with Elijah Moore and was able to get it to David Bell, who turned around and runs in the end zone. And one of the coolest moments was he saw himself up on the big board. He knew there was nobody there, smiling from ear to ear as he got into the end zone, Joe.
It's people all around him. He's moving. There's a wide open player running right directly at him. There's hands all in defensive ends. There's hands all in the way, and he just makes a really good play. The poise of Joe Flacco to come in and make this play. It could have ended so many different ways, but him being a pro and knowing that he's going to have the pressure, being able to allude to the right, being able to create a little bit more time to see the thing unfold is just so good. So good.
He said he feels like a 10-year-old kid again, and so did everybody at Cleveland Browns Stadium. Huge Browns win. Thanks for joining us inside the film room. On behalf of Pro Bowl cornerback and Browns legend Joe Haden, I'm Nathan Zegura saying thanks for watching another episode of X's and Joe's, brought to you by Keep It Fun Ohio.